Okay, and we're live. Hi, everybody. How are you? My name is Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager at University of the People, and it's a pleasure to be here today with Anja. Hi, Anja. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks.
I'm I'm doing well, thank you. My dog is here too. Maybe you just heard him bark. No barking. So hi to everyone. Why don't our viewers let us know where you're from? If you're a student at UoPeople, why don't you let us know what you're studying? And if you're an applicant, why don't you let us know where you're from? We have our students are from over 200 countries and territories, so there's somebody from everywhere, which is really amazing. And we like to come together in these live events for you to ask Anja questions or give comments. So feel free to ask any questions or comments in the comments section. So thank you, Anja, for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead? The viewers are here to see you, not me. So the title of this is a live event is Enhancing Your Career with UoPeople. And I think you have a really great background. So why don't we go into you talking about yourself, where you live, your job, if you have a job, what you study, etc. I'll let you take it from here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And so basically, I am from Austria originally, but I grew up and studied in France. I've traveled quite a bit and I have already studied once. I have actually a master's in business administration, focus on finance and social entrepreneurship. Exactly. And I've worked in finance in the past, but yeah, not anymore. I'm currently actually self-employed. So I work on online businesses. I do also stream via Twitch, and I'm also strong into blockchain and cryptocurrencies, so to say.
Oh, that's interesting. Um,
Exactly.
So you're a very dynamic person. Why don't you tell us why did you decide to study at University of the People?
So I wanted to study again for quite a while, but I had been looking for something that was like suiting me in a way. And I think I decided to go for the University of the People because it seemed serious, good quality, accredited, which was also very important to me. Yet it allowed me a certain flexibility, being self-employed and loving to travel. It was kind of important for me that I'm not like treated like a very young person that is present at university, so to say. And on top of that, I must say that the cherry on top was kind of the values, the idea of free education for all. So I felt like maybe in the long term, in a way or another, I could contribute, and the best way would be to first study there, since I wanted to study anyways.
Okay, so that's really great. And so, what maybe challenges did you have in the past when facing um, life or higher education? I know you have a previous degree, an MBA, so maybe you could talk about any challenges you faced in the past.
Well, I guess I've always been quite okay at studying, so I wouldn't say that I faced major challenges when it comes to learning. I guess I had more challenges as to incorporating free time because my studies were quite challenging in the past, and my work as well when I worked in finance. And I kind of had the workaholic tendency, I'd like to say, which was very damaging to my health. And I ended up not in a great state when it comes to my health. So, yeah, so those were the highest challenges for me.
Okay, and where did you study? Where did you get your MBA from? Just out of curiosity.
I got it from Paris, ESSEC Business School, and then also doing a semester at Cornell University in upstate New York.
Oh wow. Okay. So you did in-person learning. So how did you decide to transition to online learning?
That was kind of an easy step for me. I've already been very fond of any type of website that I could find, such as Udemy or Coursera, to try out some classes in the past. In 2018, for instance, I did maybe 2 blockchain classes on Coursera. I really, really love the online format. I do understand that in person has its benefits as well, but just for me, it works very well. So that's actually always the format I look for, since I do travel quite a bit, want to travel quite a bit. If I really need to stay in one place, it makes it very difficult for me.
And what do you plan on doing with your degree from University of the People?
So I'm actually studying computer science, and I strongly believe that in a field like computer science, I don't believe that you necessarily need the degree to start doing something. So I would say I'm not waiting for the degree to happen to do stuff and contribute and maybe incorporate the whole computer science field more into my self-employed work. Um, but I'm waiting for the degree more or less to give me that broader insight into computer science, not to be too focused on one thing and not understand like the bigger picture. That's why I want a degree actually, because it will force me to learn stuff that probably I wouldn't learn by my own in a way.
Yeah. And can you talk about maybe the courses that you've taken from University of the People, your interactions with peers? What has your actual experience been like studying with us?
So far I've taken a few courses, online education strategies. I've taken college algebra, programming fundamentals, programming one, and I'm taking introduction to statistics right now. I've enjoyed most courses. I really like the fact that you're self-paced. Of course, you always have a 1 week limit, but within that 1 week, you can organize that self. So I think that's awesome. And the readings were really good. So I didn't know when I started University of the People really the I was knowing for sure like how difficult, how much learning, how good would be the materials, and I was very surprised that everything is open source. However, I feel like the readings that have been picked in the materials are quite good. So very cherry picked. And the interaction with the peers has been so far very good. I feel like by being forced to, in a way, interact over the course forum, etc., it really makes you think more. And the input that you get, sometimes you see like an answer from another student, and you're like, oh yeah, right, that's another way of seeing it, or sure. So it kind of opens your thinking as to how to answer a question.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And what has been your favorite course so far?
So far, my favorite course has been college algebra, actually.
Oh,
I'm very
really? Wow.
Yeah, I've always loved mathematics, and that was basically like redoing I guess all the high school mathematics in one class in 8 weeks. And I felt like all of a sudden getting all that back in my head was, first of all, it was fun because I've always loved that. And second of all, the book made a really good connection between mathematics and the reality, how you're supposed to apply them in reality. And I feel like there was a dimension that was missing a little bit when I was in high school. So yeah, I really loved it.
Okay, great. And what has been your most memorable moment at UoPeople so far?
So I would tend to say so. So I'm a streamer, and I do mention that I decided to study again, and I do it at University of the People. And what I've really enjoyed is having every now and then a student that actually discovers me and comes and interacts, so it feels a bit more real, and a lot of people being interested. So I've actually even convinced a few that they would go and join University of the
Oh,
People.
cool.
And that was like kind of, it gave me like a sense of, oh, there's something happening there, and there's a community building up around University of the People with and that I really loved that people shared the values of, oh yeah, education, free education for all, that should be a thing, and we should all kind of participate. And yeah.
Well, that's so nice that you're a UoPeople advocate. Thank you. And what tips do you have for those looking to transition to an online education?
So I would say it has to do definitely with self-discipline, you know. So you especially in the format of the University of the People, you gotta block your hours, be able to focus online. Now, one tip that I could give you definitely is more and more, and actually I have that kind of a stream format, but besides me, there's like tons of people on YouTube or Twitch that are doing a co-working format in any time zone. And I find that for someone who has difficulty to focus, this could be something that if you need to work from home or whatever, it could help you a little bit, because you will feel less alone in the whole thing and be able to focus like in parallel with others, kind of like being in the library. So yeah, that helps. At least it helps me. So
Okay, great. So I know you're busy. I don't want to take up much more of your time, but any final thoughts about UoPeople or your experience or anything you want to share just to wrap us up here?
uh so yeah, so yeah, I just guess so far I've really loved the experience. I actually very much hope that the University of the People will be expanding towards other areas. Even I've seen that since I discovered it, I've seen that that one or two different programs have been added. There is a couple of other things I'd love to study in my life later on. So if you guys could make it happen, that you have more topics in the future. I think we all need that, and I for myself would be very thankful. So, so yeah, so let's make more online education for free for
Yeah,
all.
definitely. I mean, that's definitely the mission of University of the People, is to open the gates of higher education to everyone. So you kind of nailed it on the head there. But with that being said, I don't have any actual updates. We kind of hear about them when everyone else, maybe a little bit before everyone else does. But I hope for you and our other students that there are a lot more exciting updates. Okay, that's all I have. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you, Anja, for joining me today. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for sharing your experience. And you have a very dynamic background and career. So I think it's really important for our viewers and our students to understand how UoPeople can really help enhance your career. So thank you for sharing all your lovely insight and advice. And thank you to our viewers, our students, our applicants. If you're a student and you have any questions, please feel free to email your program advisor. If you're an applicant and you have questions, you can email admissions@uopeople.edu. Everyone's welcome to message us on social media. We'll be happy to help you out. And yeah, there's also a link to the application in the description of this event. So if you want to apply, you're more than welcome to. We encourage you to, in fact, and the link is just in the description of the event. Just copy and paste it and put it into your browser. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anja. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy wherever they are, and everyone have a beautiful day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.